What is up, guys? This is your boy Nave Evans, and here are 3 reasons why you should get the JG G36C AEG. First reason is aesthetics. Because let's face it, our first instinct in purchasing an airsoft gun is how it looks. And from a personal standpoint, the G36C is as beautiful and futuristic as it can get. If anybody would pose as a time traveler and tell me that this design is from an era of flying cars, I would probably believe it. I mean, look at this thing. Everything about this just seemed to come together. It seems like it's almost daunting that it is in fact from the future. From its shape and overall design, all the curves, I mean, look at that. Second reason is the features, which we will break down into 4 subcategories. First one being the feel. Yes, the grip has no texture, but it actually stays in your hand. I know this because I have sweaty palms, but I've never had this kind of issue where at some point in your shooting time, it never fell off of my hand. Like it is really in place. And the grip angle, it is not overly slanted to the point where it breaks your wrist. It's, I would say, perfect, at least for me, but I hope for you too. Next, the handguard. Unlike the typical M4 circular handguard, the G36C sports a handguard that is starting to take the shape of an inverted cone. If you can see, if you look closely, you can see the resemblance right there. Here's your cone, here's your inverted cone. And with all honesty, this handguard conforms to the shape of your hand. It's very comfortable. It's not very sore to the hand. I mean, even if you hold this gun for a longer period of time, it will do you good. Even if you prefer clamping your rifle, you can very well do so with this. You see? I know it looks bulky, but in real life, when you start to hold this, it's actually not that big. I mean, even if you have small hands, I promise you this will fit your hand perfectly. Next, the controls. This gun's ambidextrosity makes it perfect for left-handed shooters. The selector switch are on both sides, as you can see here and here, as well as the magazine release, which is a paddle style. You can see here, and the charging handle, where you can access on both sides, which I find really handy when it comes to adjusting your hop up, which is located here when you pull your charging handle. Because compared to your entry-level M4A1 platforms or M4 in general, where you don't have that bolt hold open feature, you have to do this motion right here where you have to pull your charging handle and reach for the hop up. You even have to, take it to your workspace. I am familiar with this because I used to have a JG M4A1. So having this G36C is really just icing on the cake when it comes to adjusting your hop up, because you never have to put your gun down. You just you can stay on target, pull your charging handle, and adjust like so. If you can choose, you can use your thumb like this, which I do most of the time. See? And after adjusting, just simply... Next, the magazine. Out of the box, you will get a magazine that holds 470 rounds, which is 140 more than your standard M4 magazines, which only hold 330 rounds. The G36C magazines are also translucent, as you see here, so you can easily see how much bullets you still have, so you can estimate when to reload before you start the dry fire. And what is probably the coolest feature of these magazines is that they have notches on one side and knobs on the other. So if you want to, you can clip the magazines for faster reloads, as I've done with mine when I first got it. You see, clipping 3 magazines together gives you 1,410 rounds ready to go. But for my personal preference, I decided to file those knobs and notches down and wrap it with electrical tape. So I've done this for all 3 of my magazines. And last with the feature department is the stock. The buttstock of the G36C is indeed comfortable, as it has this part towards the body where it curves down on both sides, as you can see here. This is a perfect reference point to rest your cheek. It also has a rubber butt plate that grips onto your person very well. You can actually take it off, and it has a very small compartment should you choose to hide something in there, like some cash for, emergency. And if you have to go through tough corners, this stock folds. And just a little side note, do not just slap the stock in when you fold it. Lift it up a bit so to not strip the catch, both on the body of the gun and on the stock. Do this too when unfolding. So simply just lightly pull it up and fold it in. Ever so slightly pull it up and unfold. I once used this Rambo style where I folded the stock and I just kind of ran towards my opponent, shooting them with one hand, which is a fun feature of this gun, So, both sides. See? And last but not the least, the third reason, which is the price. If you are just getting into the sport with limited budget, or you're just looking for a next project gun to do some mods, the G36C by Jing Gong, or JG, in all of its glory, only cost 6,950 Philippine peso from where I got it. Links down in the description. And then of course, if you're new and planning to buy your very first gun, hopefully this one, be sure to throw in a durable and quality face mask or goggles. This face mask I got for 1,400 Philippine peso from the same store. I have been shot in the face countless times, and this mask held up no problem. So the JG G36C for 6,950, full face mask 1,400, a bag of 4,000 rounds, 0.20 grams BBs for 200, shipping fee is maybe around 600, to the total of 9,150 and you are ready to go. An extra magazine costs around 450, so if you have 10,000 Philippine peso budget, you're not gonna go wrong in this kit. So with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. I know we are on the GCQ phase, at least in Pampanga, but guys, stay safe and stay home. And I hope to see you guys on the Airsoft battlefield really, really soon. This has been your boy Nave Evans, reminding you that Airsoft is fun, but it is not worth losing an eye for. So keep your mask down, protect your eyes and your whole face, and operate.